Welcome to the Packer Mentality Podcast, where I try to keep you up to date and shed a little light on what is happening on and off the field with the Packers. We are starting 2024 with my 100th episode on YouTube. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Your active participation has been and will always be vital in transforming this channel into something truly special. Take a moment to subscribe, drop your comments, and connect with me on social media at Packer Mentality. Remember, you can locate this podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms. Packers and the Bears are going to meet on Sunday in the regular season finale, and both these teams should be very motivated. These two teams each have evolved significantly since their first meeting way back in week one. The Packers have been fueled by the performance of quarterback Jordan Love and are on a mission to secure that coveted postseason spot. Standing in their way, the Bears defense has also undergone a transformation thanks to the acquisition of Montez Sweat. Can the Bears stifle Love's momentum, or will the Packers punch their ticket to the postseason? Packers injury report for Sunday. Out for Sunday, A.J. Dillon. He's not playing because of a stinger, apparently. Also out, Rudy Ford. Doubtful is Isaiah McDuffie, but questionable, and a lot of good news here, questionable, Christian Watson, Elton Jenkins, Luke Musgrave, Dontavian Wicks, Preston Smith, Jaden Reed, and Luke Tenuta. Pretty good chance that we could see some, most, or even all of those guys on Sunday. When the Packers are on defense, they will face a Bears offensive unit that averages 4.6 yards per rush, but is ranked 21st in run blocking. Their offensive line has allowed 45 sacks, which puts them in the bottom third of the league as the 21st ranked pass blocking unit. The left side of the offensive line is pretty solid with rookie left tackle Braxton Jones and left guard Tevin Jenkins. But the rest of the offensive line has really struggled, and the Packers defense will have the opportunity to make some plays and put pressure on Justin Fields. Speaking of Justin Fields, despite the team's recent success, he still ranks 28th in completion percentage, 22nd in yards per attempt, 21st in passer rating, and 23rd in QBR. And this season, his rushing yards per game have declined from last season from 76.2 down to 52.5. In the Bears' last 5 games, Fields' passing performance has not been all that great, with a completion rate below 60%, 5 turnovers, and he's taken 13 sacks with a passer rating of 77.6. The big concerns for the Packers defense against the pass is DJ Moore. He's having a great season. 92 receptions, 1,300 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Tight end Cole Kmet is also a threat with 70 receptions and 6 touchdowns. Darnell Mooney, who was the Bears' best receiver way back in week one, he's out for this game. No one else on the Bears roster has caught more than 1 touchdown other than Moore and Kmet. The Bears will want to run the ball on Sunday with Khalil Herbert, and there's a really good reason to give him the ball. He's been really good the past 2 weeks with 2 100-yard rushing games and a couple of touchdowns to go with that. Justin Fields, he's still a threat to run, and he does lead the Bears in rushing yards. I expect the Bears to really test the Packers' rushing defense that has been the beneficiary of facing some really poor rushing offenses the past couple weeks. And whether they have fixed any of their issues up front is pretty uncertain at this point. I'm actually pretty confident we're going to find out if they fixed any of those problems. There's also a lot of uncertainty in the secondary. Can that group come up big for a second week in a row? Now that he's back from his suspension, how will Jair Alexander respond? I'd like to think that he wants to come out and reassert himself with a great game and shut down DJ Moore. This feels like 2 units that haven't had good seasons, and are just hoping to get the better of the other so they can finish on a high note. I honestly don't know what to expect from either. I am really looking forward to watching the Packers offense against the Bears defense. The Bears defense got a big boost from the acquisition of Montez Sweat on Halloween. He's been phenomenal. They've also benefited from playing some really bad offenses and backup quarterbacks and have been able to force a lot of turnovers over the back end of the season. What should be interesting on Sunday is what the Packers offense looks like if guys are healthy. Could we finally see a healthy unit around Jordan Love? Aaron Jones has been dominant the past 2 weeks, averaging 120 rushing yards per game. Tucker Kraft has stepped up and is making a difference blocking and receiving. And they've gotten contributions from a lot of different places. If they are healthy, what will we get when we add Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, and Luke Musgrave? All of those guys have been good at points this season, but they really haven't been able to play together due to injuries. Can the Packers get a good rushing attack from Aaron Jones, plus the playmaking out of the receiving core? If the Packers can continue to protect Jordan Love against the Bears' pass rush, I expect a big day from this offense. Get Aaron Jones involved running, get him involved catching the ball like he did in week one, and then open things up downfield with Christian Watson and the rest of those young receivers. Before we get out of here, your thoughts and comments are crucial to the conversation and the life of this podcast. So be sure to drop them in the comments section, subscribe, and connect with me on social media. Be on the lookout for my reaction episode on Sunday night. Until then, have a great weekend and go Pack Go.